But, South African side that we played didn't disappoint. They came in, they knocked us off our stride in that first half. We weren't able to build enough pressure in phases to put the pressure back onto South Africa. And we talked about that at half time. And, the game slipped away at 12-3, but we were able to pull it back. And that was very pleasing because a lot of hard work's gone in since last week.
Character that showed when it looked like 12-3, another man down as well. Back in that game.
Yeah, it was sort of had a little tinge of last week to it, at that point. But certainly our discipline was a lot better in the pressure moments in the last quarter, and we're able to get some field position and one last crack ourselves, and to get across and score the only try of the game, and then to hold out that last scrum. That was a big moment for us as well, and for young Sam Wainwright in his debut to go in and do such a good job. Very, very pleased for him, and pleased for the side after last week where it was a pretty disappointed changing room. Tonight it's obviously a very happy one.
Dan, you'll know more than most that kick at the end from Gareth Hanson.
Yeah, I was just absolute character, wasn't it? I thought he was excellent when he came on. I think it's just one of those kicks where I think from the minute he left his boot, it looked good. So huge bottle from him, huge effort, and made a huge difference. And really pleased with him because he's obviously had a really difficult couple of years being out, being injured, and massive effort. Really, really proud of him, and very same as what Wayne. I just echo that. Sam Wainwright on debut against front row full of World Cup winners, and just exceptional from him. He deserves as much credit as him and Gareth in particular were excellent.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm a bit sore, so we'll see how it pulls up tomorrow. But the last 2 minutes made it a little bit better. So just really, really pleased. It's I mentioned before the game that I said in my speech before the game, I said it was an easy job being captain of this team because we've got a great group of guys who will roll their sleeves up, work their socks off, and I'm just really proud that we made it as a squad effort tonight. The bench was excellent coming off and made a huge impact, and that's what it's about. Sometimes it's about when things don't quite go your way. That's why you've got a bench, and made a huge impact tonight, and couldn't be prouder as a Welshman standing sitting here.
You want to miss the
I'll try my best to get fit. A couple more castle lights, and I may be fit now for Saturday. So we'll see how many of them work. But obviously be desperate to be involved next Saturday, and we'll just go. Shoulder like a bit of a squashed AC. It was. I took a bit of a bang on it, and then there was an early contact in the second half where I just got caught at the bottom of a ruck and sort of in a bit of pain with it. So hopefully it's just a bang and nothing more, and it'll sort of ease up in the next couple of days, and fingers crossed be able to be available for selection a week Saturday.
Alex Cuthbert, Dylan Lewis and Kieran Hardy.
Kieran Hardy was fine. That was a substitution. Alex, he did something to an arm, and it troubled him in the air, so we made that substitution as well. He was desperate to play on, but it was just one of those unfortunate moments where we actually had an injury early, but certainly the players that came on, as Dan said, all acquitted themselves really, really well, which was pleasing.
Do you think to be playing the South African side in the first test rather than when you'll this test in Cape Town?
Look, I thought there were some South African players today that played very, very well, put us under a lot of pressure. Again, a bit like ourselves last week, did enough to win a test match, but didn't quite get there. So, look, it'll be an interesting selection, but it'll be the strongest South African team because it's a decider. And both teams have entered into this competition to win a series, and we see that from the outset. So we're just pleased that we got across the line tonight, and we go to Cape Town with that opportunity. No, it's not done. There's 2 down and 1 to play, and it's 2 really, really tight contests coming down to the last play or plays. So, we like to think that we'll put up a fight next week, similar to these first 2 weeks, so that we get a really, really tight contest, which is what we're after.
Okay, Martin.
I know, Dan, you've obviously got another test match to focus on next week, series, etc. But could you just give some sort of perspective on the achievement today? This is the first time Wales ever been South Africa in South Africa. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, it is absolutely. It's a really happy dressing room there at the minute, and I think professional sport is so cutthroat, isn't it? That when you lose, you tend to take those defeats even more. They tend to last for months and months, as opposed to sometimes your victories are over before you blink. So I think we've earned the right to enjoy this victory, because it's a huge achievement in terms of, like, what you've just said there, the first team to win in South Africa, and there's been some very, very good Welsh teams to have come here and been sent packing as well. So really, really, and that's why I said it's a huge squad, team, management, backroom. Everyone deserves a huge pat on the back, because we're a really tight-knit group. And I know it's been disappointing the way the Six Nations finished, but we were really unlucky not to win the game last week. I probably got a little bit lucky this, like Wayne said, it was probably one which got away from us last week and one which probably got away from South Africa this week. So it's a very happy change room. We'll enjoy tonight and tomorrow. But like Wayne said, it's, if we could finish off with a series win, then that would be even better than what you've just said.
Congratulations, guys. Wait, it's the first time since 2016 South Africa has been kept trials in South Africa, so you must be pretty pleased, I think, especially for the first 50 odd minutes.
Yeah, excuse me, because we didn't look after the ball, excuse me, in the first half, and we turned a lot of ball over. So we mentioned that, at halftime we need to tidy that up. But what that did was give South Africa opportunities, and so then we were under, excuse me, a lot of pressure, and to be able to hold them out, tryless, as you mentioned, doesn't happen every day. So Gethin Jenkins will be very, very pleased, defence coach, and the boys worked hard in defence. And last week we leaked a few when we put ourselves under that same pressure. So, there was a step in the right direction in some of those phases defensively. And obviously the penalty count was a lot more in our favour than it was last week. So we made some improvements, which was needed, obviously.
Where can I ask you, we were sitting next to the coach's box, and it was the coach's box of two halves. First half, you guys are very reserved. I saw what happened in the last few minutes. You guys were quite ecstatic after that.
Yeah, well, we were, because probably not so much because of the history. We're very well aware of that, and we're very proud of that. But it was more the disappointment for the players who'd put in such a huge shift last week, and just the disappointment in the changing room when you've worked so hard. And we really wanted to create the history last week against the side that we're up against, and to not be able to do that and be denied that the way it was really, really frustrating. And so there was a little bit of emotion poured out, as you would have seen. It was more around the feeling from last week, which we've taken into this week, and just really, really happy for the players who had done so well last week but didn't get across the line to come back from 12-3 down to get that result, and the way they did in the last 10-15 minutes. Very, very happy.
I should probably allow you to enjoy this victory first, but can I ask you, what is your experience of Cape Town, and what are you hoping to achieve in Cape Town? What are you guys expecting in Cape Town?
Well, Cape Town's, for a start, a beautiful place to be. It's one of the nicest places in the world that I've been to, and so we're going to enjoy our stay there. But we'll be working very, very hard. We're going to look at how we plan the week. We'll reassess that once we get the boys are checked out physically tomorrow and we get into camp, and we'll plan our week. But certainly it'll be an enjoyable week, because there's something on the game, and in the past I don't think there has been. So from our point of view, there's a lot to look forward to.
You obviously got a lot of flack after the Italy game. You've just done something that no Welsh coach has ever done or achieved. Let me in a little bit and tell me how that feels.
Well, to be honest, it's not about individuals, and I certainly don't feel as though I've achieved anything more than anyone else in the group. These boys play the game. We prepare them. They go out there and they've got to go through some dark times in an 80-minute game, and they've done that and dug themselves out of a hole at 12-3 and got a result that we're all proud of. So, look, I'm just happy to be a part of a group that, as Dan said, has come together very, very well. And we just like to think that we can build on this performance. That's certainly what we want to do, because at the end of the day, there's a big test match next week, but there's a very, very big World Cup coming up in 12 months' time.
What did you make of the yellow card?
It was on the far side of the field. One of those things. Al was disappointed. Haven't had a chance to look at it, to be honest.
We'll do one more question. Yeah.
So, Dan, you got to the Cape Town Stadium quite well last year, and it was quite sort of a soulless place because it was empty.
Yep.
And it was quite a sort of quite a series, I suppose, in a way, possibly because of that. You must be looking forward to going to sea level now to play for the series. You dealt with the altitude.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a crowd.
Yeah, well, on the first point, it was really difficult. It was a really difficult tour last year with no crowds, and I think to be honest, that's what's given us a little bit of a lift. in the two games. Really sort of the crowd has been unbelievable in both two fabulous stadiums with history and old school grounds, and just makes a huge difference. It was a really tough sort of 3-test series having no crowds there, but we're looking forward to it. Like I said, we've enjoyed South Africa. We've really enjoyed getting out and about, being able to sort of get out of the hotel rather than just stuck in a hotel for 4 weeks. And I think that's showing. I think we've shown that we're a really tight knit group, and we're just really happy at the minute. You know, we feel, like I said, we feel like we should have got one over the line last week, which we let slip, and we're really pleased to have come out on the right side this week and going to Cape Town to enjoy the city. And that's what touring's about as well. I've mentioned it a few times in press conferences. Is that's the whole idea of when you come away on tour. It's tough games, it's tough work and hard work, but it's important that you enjoy parts of it. And we're really looking forward to that Cape Town stadium with a full crowd with something on it.
If I could just ask one more back.
Okay, very last one there.
How the Northern Hemisphere teams have done so well today, in particular, but also last week was quite. What does it say about the state of world rugby to you? It doesn't look like it's really here now.
No, I think it's, like you said, all 3 games last week were, even the New Zealand Ireland game, I thought Ireland were excellent for large parts of the game. So it shows that there's not much between the teams, and that's why I think, credit to Wayne and the management, that we probably didn't overreact to the end of the Six Nations. We looked at the Six Nations. We definitely should have won against France, could have won against England, and obviously disappointed with the way things finished. But we stuck true to our guns, our game plan, what we're trying to achieve, and it just shows that if you front up, roll your sleeves up, and get a good group together, which we've got, then I think, like you said, it's really exciting. Looking forward to 12 months' time, that every team has there's not really probably one standout team going into a World Cup, as there has been the last couple of years, probably, where New Zealand have been streets ahead of everyone. It's very much a level playing field, and anyone can beat anyone.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.